everybody, my name is Eric Hopkins and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're finding me for the very first time or you are a returning viewer and have not yet done so, please click that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. So it's been a few days since I posted some movie news here on my channel because, to be honest, over the weekend, there's really not been a whole lot of news coming out and all that sort of stuff. So I'm coming back today with some movie news topics for you guys here on the channel. And obviously, one of the bigger news stories that did come out over the weekend was the fact that Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, has been pushed back only 3 weeks till October 15th. There was rumors going around it was going to be pushed back till January of 2022. Of course, that's right now where Sony's got their Morbius movie slated starring Jared Leto at the moment, and of course it's all tied into the overall Venom verse, or the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters and all that sort of stuff. How that all ties into the Spider-Man mythos and things we'll have yet to see. But now that we've got some new posters and stuff coming out for this movie as well to highlight the fact that it's been delayed till October. But before we get into those images, I want to get into another bit of Venom news, more like a rumor in this case. And so if you don't want to know any, spoilers about a potential character who could be popping up in the movie, please check out now. But if you don't mind hearing about the possibility, it's not even confirmed yet, so it's not necessarily a spoiler, but it's a possibility we could be getting a return of one character who I'm about to bring up right now. So here we go. J.K. Simmons' Venom role may have just been spoiled by one movie theater chain. This comes to us from the Direct. Many would agree that the mystery surrounding Venom's place in the MCU has been intriguing, and there has been substantial evidence to support the confusion. For starters, it wasn't directly established that Venom was set within the confines of the world where the Avengers exist, considering the first film didn't reference Earth's Mightiest Heroes or Thanos' global-scale invasion. When the credits rolled, it was strongly hinted that Venom was a self-contained adventure. Despite that, it was previously rumored that Sony Pictures wanted more crossovers with MCU characters, especially after Venom's box office success. Let There Be Carnage and director Andy Serkis then opened up about the sequel's connections to the MCU, admitting that he was unaware of potential cameos and Easter eggs. The confusion was further amplified after Morbius' first trailer acknowledged Michael Keaton's Adrian Toomes, aka the Vulture, from Spider-Man Homecoming, which we've discussed on this channel as well, leading to more theories that Sony's Marvel Universe is slowly being integrated into the overall MCU. Now it looks like speculation for a potential Venom MCU crossover will run rampant once again due to a new report. Twitter users at Spider-Man World and at Night99_Death unearthed evidence that J.K. Simmons' J. Jonah Jameson will appear alongside Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson in Venom Let There Be Carnage, mainly due to a leaked synopsis from View Cinema. In the synopsis, a rundown of the film's cast was included at the tail end, and it showed Simmons' names as part of the main ensemble. It read like this: the impressive cast also features Michelle Williams, J.K. Simmons, Naomi Harris, Stephen Graham, and so on and so forth. J.K. Simmons, J. Jonah Jameson, made his triumphant return in the mid-credit scenes of Spider-Man Far From Home by announcing the identity of the famous web-slinger to the world. Now it looks like his Marvel comeback is not a one-off, as evidenced by his inclusion in Venom Let There Be Carnage. I mean, most people kind of assume he was probably coming back in Spider-Man No Way Home anyway. Despite this, it's reasonable to assume that Simmons' J. Jonah Jameson in Let There Be Carnage could be an entirely different version of the one that he portrayed in Far From Home. This is to the existence of the multiverse in MCU lore. On top of that, the first trailer for Let There Be Carnage also included a major Easter egg that ties Sam Raimi's original Spider-Man trilogy, starring Tobey Maguire. At one moment in the trailer, a Daily Bugle newspaper with a similar logo and layout from Maguire's Spider-Man films was featured. This strongly hints that Simmons could be playing the Sam Raimi version of the character from his Spider-Man trilogy, and many would agree that this is a welcome return due to the actor's impressive and comic-accurate portrayal of the character. On the flip side, though, it's also possible that Simmons is playing the same character from Far From Home, and this could further cement the fact that Venom is set within the world of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Simmons already confirmed that he will appear in Spider-Man Land, quote-unquote, again after Far From Home, and it's safe to say he is referring to Let There Be Carnage. While it's also likely that Simmons will appear in No Way Home, it looks like his presence in the Tom Hardy-led sequel will finally set the record straight on whether a showdown between Venom and Spider-Man is in the cards. Fans will find out if Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock lives in the modern-day MCU when Venom Let There Be Carnage premieres now on October 15th, 2021. So yeah, I mean, this kind of I think most people assumed that J. Jonah Jameson, played by J.K. Simmons, was going to return to the Venomverse at some point. We just didn't know exactly when. So I'm excited to see that. I'm more excited to the fact that this movie didn't get pushed back all the way to January, as a lot of us feared, due to the rise of the Delta variant now in the United States and things like that. So they decided to push the movie back just a little bit in hopes that it will bring more people to the theater when this movie does come out, because it seems like not a lot of people have been going to the theaters. And speaking of the new posters, I want to get into this real quick. These posters here, this one is one of the new posters that came out within, I think it was Monday that this poster came out, and at the very bottom you can see there it says October 15th exclusively in movie theaters. So yeah, this poster looks great. I love it foreshadows the epic battle between Carnage and Venom that is going to take place in this film, and I think Carnage looks great in these posters and in this image that has been cleaned up for the trailer. I thought he looked absolutely stellar. I mean, he just get that blood look. I mean, he's supposed to be dripping blood in the comic books, I believe. So I just think he looks very good here. And there's another poster that's about to pop up here in a second. That is the second new poster they had for the new movie that's coming out. So there's been some news that's been dropping about Venom over the last few days. This one here, I mean, look, split right down the middle, kind of like a Two-Face thing. We got Venom and Carnage, and again, Carnage just looks great. These posters look absolutely phenomenal. And if the movie looks half as good with the CG work as the posters and the trailer have shown it to be, I think at least the CG is going to be good. And we know Andy Serkis is known for his CG work, especially playing Gollum in The Lord of the Rings. And since he is the director of this film, he knows his way around the CG world. So I think this could actually look beautiful on screen. Now, when it comes to the story and things like that, we'll just have to wait and see what Andy Serkis decides to do as the director here, and of course as the script writers and all that sort of stuff. Now, the first film didn't have the best story in the world, but I think a lot of people were just taken in by the comedic elements of it, and of course just the fact that you're seeing Venom look like the real Venom on screen. The first time we got Venom was in the Sam Raimi trilogy in the third film. That was not the Venom that most people envision. So for sure, I mean, to me, I don't hate that movie, but at the same time, I can understand why people didn't care for that version of Venom for sure. I like what they did with the black Spider-Man suit outside of the the emo Spider-Man dancing in the street, but that notwithstanding, I like what they did with the suit, and it looked good on Tobey Maguire for sure. And if we're going to be getting eventually Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield returning to the Spider-Man world in Spider-Man No Way Home, all these elements could eventually cross paths with each other, from the Raimi universe to the Mark Webb universe with Andrew Garfield, and of course, the new universe that the MCU is doing for sure. So we'll just have to wait and see where they take it. But I'm very much excited to see where they go with this movie. And luckily, so far, unless it gets pushed back again, we're going to be seeing, Venom, Let There Be Carnage in theaters here before the end of the year. And I hope that sticks, because I'm looking forward to seeing this. And I want to find out more about how Venom's going to cross over with the MCU. We're going to be getting, Michael Keaton in Morbius. We're going to be getting J. Jonah in this. How is all this going to work? Kevin Feige has talked about how Spider-Man is one of the few MCU characters who can jump from world to world. And now that we've got the multiverse being confirmed to us from the Loki series, this could very well be how they explain, Tom Holland's Spider-Man jumping over into the Sony universe, doing some stuff over there with the Spider-Man world, and then, of course, be possibly jumping back over to play in the MCU with the Avengers and all that sort of stuff in that playground. So we'll have to wait and see what they do. But I got a feeling we're going to be getting a lot more Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and hopefully he'll stick around as Spider-Man for the long haul. I know he's only got, I think, 2 more pictures on his deal, which is an MCU team-up film, and, of course, the No Way Home movie that we're getting in December. And that's the same deal that Disney has with Sony. They have, a deal laid in place for those 2 films. And then after that, it's kind of, will they renegotiate? I think they will. I think this is, mutually beneficial financially, box office wise, as well as critically. And, just with the fans who are enjoying Tom Holland's version of the character as well. So I think it makes sense to re-up this deal with Marvel and Disney, as well as with Sony, those 2 companies getting along. And it only makes sense for them to continue to play nice together and get along. So for the benefit of everyone, including themselves and their pocketbooks. So we'll see what they do. But what do you guys think about the fact that there's new posters out now for Venom, Let There Be Carnage? What do you guys think about the delay that is going to only be 3 weeks? Luckily, it's not much of a delay, but it's going to still be this year. I believe that now enters theaters the same day as Halloween Kills. So that'll be interesting to see which movie there takes the box office right before Halloween. So yeah, I mean, both of them have some scary elements into it, so I understand it. I just don't know. They may eat away at each other at their box office, so we'll see how that goes. And of course, what do you guys think about the rumor that J.K. Simmons could be returning as J. Jonah Jameson in Venom, Let There Be Carnage? Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And please hit that notification bell if you've not done so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. And until my next video, guys, take care.
We about to turn it